Hi guys. So I'm back with this videos because I was looking at your comments and then I realized that I was missing a lot that I needed to talk about or a lot of advice that I had to tell you. So because I see you guys like freaking out in those comments and I really need to say this, and I was like, I need to make another video as soon as possible. Literally I'm in a parking lot and I was like, I'm just gonna make it here. So last time I made a video on maladaptive daydreaming, telling you how to little by little start reprogramming your brain to find what you're looking for in your real life instead of getting trapped in your mind like you might if this is happening to you. And I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, but maladaptive daydreaming works very much like an addiction, and I'll explain why in a little bit. This is a little bit of lipstick that I have. So let's start first by saying, in my last video I explained you had a little by little retrain your brain to I explained maladaptive daydreaming as a necessity of your brain to find in here in your imaginary happy place what you are lacking in your real life, and that's why your brain tries to like compensate it by imagining it, right? And I think we got that very clear. I told you little by little, find what's missing, find what's lacking in your world and replace it, right? Replace it so that way your brain doesn't have to go to that imaginary place anymore, because it has it here. And it can be something more subjective. I'm not saying if you're imagining a partner or like happy life with kids, just go and adopt a kid. That's not the point. It's more subjective. Like what you're looking for here, it can be anything. It can be approval, it can be feeling better about yourself, about your life, whatever. But I'm gonna make it way simpler in this video for you guys. What you're looking for is to feel good, and that's it. Your maladaptive daydreaming is it was not your brain trying to hurt you. It was your brain trying to make you feel good, soothe you. And I say in a lot of my videos, we all go through stuff sometimes during our childhood, or don't have the best upbringing, or just go through life and we struggle, we go through stuff. And if we go through something traumatic or just that shocks our brains or our bodies bad enough, then our bodies become so stressed. And this, like, you can be carrying stress and trauma from childhood when you're already 4 years old. I've seen it. I've known people. But your brain, when you go through trauma, what happens is that the body, your mind, you're just you subconsciously, you find ways to soothe yourself. That's basically what it is. So if you're here for addiction or you're here for maladaptive daydreaming, try to compare those two. It's almost the same thing. What's going on with you is that you're trying to soothe yourself. You're not doing anything wrong. Don't feel ashamed, because I know you can go through maladaptive daydreaming and don't feel stupid. I saw some people commenting that they felt stupid, they felt a certain type of way about themselves because they couldn't stop or because they felt silly. But it's really nothing to be ashamed of. So many people are going through it, and it's a natural reaction of your brain trying to soothe you, which you basically made a happy place for you to be there. And when it comes to addiction, it's the same thing. Ask me if I judge anybody who has an addiction. I don't. Not just for the fact because of that me maybe struggling in the past with certain type of addiction, not necessarily drugs, but addiction doesn't have to be drugs, because drugs are out there, alcohol's out there, a lot of things you can become addicted to, they're out there. So people think, what makes a difference between somebody who is addicted to these things and somebody who's not? They're all out there for us to buy. And a lot of people want to make it because I'm better than them. Like, I don't know. You're not. They're not better than you. A lot of people want to make it egotistical thing. Oh well, I never look for those things because you didn't have the necessity. That's not the difference between people who do look for them and people who don't. The difference is trauma. The difference is the necessity that your body has to soothe you, to make you feel better. Why? Because your body feels like shit. And I'm sorry for the word. I know it's not like the biggest curse word, but still sorry. You might be hearing my car, but it's because I'm in a parking lot. I felt very much in need to record this video as soon as possible. It's not. A lot of people want to make it because I'll tell you a secret. People that judge, that look down on others, is to make themselves feel better about themselves because they don't like themselves truly. They don't know who they are. Somebody who knows who they are and likes themselves, we don't need to put anybody down. Why will I? I feel good about myself. So why will I need to put anybody down if I feel good about myself? If I know who I am, if I know my path in life, I don't. I'm happy. I don't need those negative competition feelings in my life. That's another secret that I'll give you guys. But I cannot stress this enough. Like, so many people want to make it an egotistical thing of like, well, if they wanted to, they will. It's so easy. It's so easy to judge people who are in certain situations that had certain life circumstances that you didn't have to go through. And now their brain is battling. It's constantly fighting to keep themselves alive because they went through something so traumatic that now drugs are the things that are keeping them alive from all the suffering that they had to go through, from all the shock that their body is still assimilating, that the body is still trying to fight. So I know that's not what the video is about, but it's something that just makes me so upset because nobody knows what's really behind. I had to do projects for school that talk about addictions, and it was so clear, like it's out there. I know not everybody knows, but it was like, okay, I can see, like, they don't want to be like that. It's not easy. It's not a choice. So it does really make me so upset when people want to talk about these people, not like they are caring so much, and you want to talk about them driving in their shoes. Oh, I didn't pick to be be doing drugs. You didn't have the necessity to. You didn't need it. Your body didn't desperately need any way to cope with their trauma. I cannot stand it. I do not stand people. I know it just comes from ignorance, but it's still upsetting. I do not stand people trying to disrespect, like, literally trauma survivors, because that's what I see when I see somebody who's going through an addiction. I feel like you're so brave, and you don't notice. You feel so ashamed of what's going on with you, but your brain is just trying to desperately help you, soothe you from whatever it was that you went through. And actually, going a little further with that, sometimes addiction doesn't just come from trauma, but it also comes from a lack of parenting, a lack of basic needs, like somebody who was neglected when they were kids. I love how a lot of parents think that they can just feed you and give you a house and education, and that's it, and you don't exist. And that's not how parenting works. People need connection. So if you lack connection throughout your life, you're gonna have addictions. You're gonna feel the necessity to suit you, because we need connections. It's not normal. What do you expect a human being just to stand in front of a wall and talk to themselves all day? That's not natural. That's not. I mean, I spend a lot of time alone because I really like it, but I do call, like, my dad, my friends from time to time, and sometimes they feel like, you know what, I need to, because I haven't talked to, like, a good friend. You don't need people, but the more independent you become, the better quality your relationships become, because you don't need them, you want them. It's just not natural. So if you grew up without connection, like your parents truly being there for you, truly, sometimes even like a lot of people get abandoned. Like we live in a world where like a lot of parents don't care and they abandon their kids, or maybe because of circumstances they cannot be there for them. Just a lot of absence. That lack of connection also creates addiction. Anyways, after my little rant, let's get to the actual video, because I really needed to make it, because I saw your guys' comments and I'm like, I need to make another video. I'm worried about these people are commenting these things. We need another video. And you know what, if I keep seeing the same comments, I'm just gonna keep making videos to see what helps. But I'm here for you guys. I'm not annoyed or anything, but I'm just still here from that rant. Anyways, let's get to what the actual video is. So you can be somebody who has addictions, or somebody who struggles with maladaptive daydreaming, which is a lot of the people that follow me actually. So in my last video I said identify what you're missing and find it. But in this video I'm gonna tell you instead, make it very simple. You don't need to identify exactly what's missing to put it outside in your life. I mean, preferably, yeah, it's a lot more effective. But I was seeing through your comments like how hard it was for you to like get out of that state, that you will try to be in the present moment and not in your imaginary world. I'm gonna tell you something. Not gonna happen. Do you know why? So you're choosing between something amazing and nothing. You gotta be a lot smarter than that. If maladaptive daydreaming is kicking your ass, you grab a chair and kick it back. That's what you gotta do. Because I tried it a lot. This is where I'm trying to say. A lot of you guys are trying to like sit in the middle of nowhere and meditate and just be in silence, and I'm not gonna daydream. Be smarter than that. Be a lot smarter than that. Your brain's gonna be like, so you're making me pick between, I don't know what's going on in your mind. You know, it could be anything, but I bet it's amazing. You spend a lot of time there. I bet it's amazing, and your brain makes it that way to feel better, to suit you. So you're making your brain pick between that and nothing. And I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad about your life, but I understand, especially if you're struggle with addiction or maladaptive daydreaming. And for addiction, just translate it like you're trying to make your brain choose between something that feels good, something you're used to, and nothing. So I understand, because I was in that point where like I wanted to be more present. I didn't want to be daydreaming around or trying to suit myself with something that was very unhealthy for me, until one day I realized, what am I offering? Just ask yourself that question. I know it sounds like crazy, but what are you offering your brain? See it that way. I know you can be a lot smarter than that and be like, just put it into perspective. What are you offering your brain to stop being here? Nothing? You're gonna sit in silence in your living room? Your brain's gonna be like, no, that's not gonna happen, because it doesn't want to. If so, your brain's trying to feel good over here, make it feel good out here. You don't have to do it negatively. And for people that are here for addictions, the same thing goes for you. Like, you're trying to understand that if you're trying to make yourself feel better by using those drugs, and it doesn't even have to be drugs, people don't understand, but addictions can be almost anything. You can be addicted to video games. Yes, you can. Addicted to your phone. A lot of people are addicted to their phones, and they don't consider themselves addicts, but they are. So if you're trying to quit it, but you're not offering anything in exchange, it's not gonna work as easily. And maybe you can even get there at some point, and you're gonna fall back. And if you have fallen back, like I did in the past, that's because you didn't offer anything in exchange. Your brain's trying to make you happy by daydreaming. Your body's trying to make you happy by drinking alcohol, with drugs, with a lot of these things. But that's the necessity. That's the necessity. You want to be happy. Your brain's trying to make you happy. Your body's trying to make you happy. And when it doesn't find the happiness, it's gonna find it here. It's gonna find it here. So what I'm really trying to tell you guys, because I'm in a point in my life where I don't even feel like I need to battle addiction or need to battle daydreaming. I feel like I don't need to battle, because I found out that what I really wanted was to be happy. And I realized, what am I doing with my life that is making me feel happy? So my point here is, what are you doing that's making you feel happy in real life? You cannot just tell your brain, oh, let's abandon this imaginary world. It's not gonna want to, because what else is there for your brain if it doesn't have that? And the point here is that you offer that. I know it sounds very like weird, like almost like you're sacrificing something, but you're not. And for the addiction, it's the same thing. Yes, you want to quit alcohol, you want to quit smoking, you want to quit your cell phone, you want to quit whatever it is that you're struggling with. What are you offering to your brain that wants to feel happy, to your body that wants to feel at ease, that wants to feel joy? And I'm not telling you guys to go around to unhealthy things, because that's not the point. And I'm mentioning how addiction, that's kind of it. Like, you're running to unhealthy things because you don't have there's something that you feel it's missing to be happy. And I'm gonna tell you guys my personal experience is that I started doing more stuff outside. I realized, you know what, if I'm depressed, if I'm this and that, you know what, that's valid. But what am I doing really? If I'm just at home all the time, if I don't have goals, if I don't have anything, yes, I'm gonna get depressed, because that's not the way you're supposed to live your life. So without any more of that, these are some things. So that I'll tell you one thing that works wonders. Like, yes, you can go to the theaters and this and that. You can do activities. Start doing activities that make you happy, bring you joy. Try to stay more connected. If you already have healthy friendships, healthy relationships, that's great. Take advantage of that. Not abuse, don't abuse it. But if you don't, learn to be on your own. Because personally, I love being on my own. Some people want to tell me, like, you spend a lot of time alone. I love myself. I love being in my company. I love it. There's nobody that makes me feel better than myself. Nobody who's kinder than I am to myself. I love being alone, because then I can do whatever I want, my activities that I like and that I enjoy, and that's it, right? But something I would recommend you to get out of that route for my daydreamers, people that struggle with maladaptive daydreaming, I'll give you an advice: get back into your body. Because when you spend a lot of time here, which happened to me, you don't use your body as much, do you? You have almost abandoned your body because you spend so much time here. You get everything you want here, that your body is not needed, because it's not real life. So you don't need your body over here, so you almost forget about your body. Get back into your body with activities, sports. Go to the beach, swim. If you don't have a beach, go swim to a pool. Go do stuff, man. Go skate. There's people that skate. This is the most wonderful thing, but every city I've been to, there's people skating with scooters or skates or biking. It's the most amazing, beautiful thing. I don't know why, but everywhere I go to, these people are there. They just look like life's figured out. Like, that's all that life is about, and I love it. It's amazing. My advice for people that struggle with maladaptive daydreaming, I I encourage you, highly encourage you, get back into your body. Go do sports, get into an activity. If you like dancing, go get into it. Get into a dancing club or dancing studio, whatever it is, or just at home. If there's something you like, get back into your body. Go biking, go skating, get a hobby that involves getting back into your body. And if you do it in group, it's a lot better. A lot of you people, or let me rephrase that, a lot of people struggle, because I did struggle in the past too. A lot of people struggle making connections, making friends. You know why? Because the state you're at, if you're a lot of people don't even get out of their houses, and they're like, I cannot make any friends, because they're doing the same thing, routines, and they don't get out of that, and they get depressed. They stay a lot at home. But the best way to make connections, make friendships, is to get into hobbies like dancing clubs, then this painting, where there's more people. Let me know how fast you make friends, because they'll have the same interests as you. They'll be doing stuff, and everybody's focused on doing something. There's less drama, there's less everything, because everybody's there for something. Painting, or everybody's there for soccer, for basketball. They're focused on that. It's the teammate, the relationships, cooperation comes so much easier. Just comes so much easier because they're focused on something together. It's really beautiful. For my maladaptive daydreamers, my best advice is that get back into your body. I really encourage you. And for people that struggle with addictions, honestly, I will do the same. You probably don't have the same problem of getting back into your body, but getting back into your body is still gonna help you, because then your brain forgets about so much dumb shit. It's like, oh, okay. Because why? Because it needs your focus. Because if you go and play soccer, your brain knows, okay, you know what, I need to pay attention because I'm doing something, because I have a goal now. And your goal for an hour or 2 hours, 3 hours, what's it gonna be? That I'm in a team and I need to win, or try to win. I need to play this so my team can win. So for 2 hours, your brain is like, okay, you know what? Forget about this depression and this and that and that. I get an objective and I need to refocus on that. So for everybody, and honestly, your brain refocus, your body becomes more present. It's like, I need to be present. There's something I need to be doing. Obviously, I'm not gonna say obviously. If you do happen to have struggle with trauma or something like that, more than these activities, I will definitely encourage you. You can do therapy. Therapy is amazing, but what I'm gonna say is, like, if that's not working for you, because it's not for everybody. Not everybody feels like that helps. And if that's your case, there's a lot of other things that you can do, but I will highly encourage you. If you cannot afford therapy or you cannot seek therapy, you can do other things, but take care of that. Take care of being able to overcome that. There's journaling, there's alternative therapy, and my absolute base favorite way to overcome trauma, literally free, the most gentle, the most comfortable, a good listener. Literally somebody who listens to you, just allows you to feel, is there for you. It's not giving you advice, telling you what to do, but it's just there present. It's the absolute best medicine for trauma, I guarantee you. But I'll tell you guys why this works. Okay, so here's the experiment. It's psychology. I think I mentioned it in the last video. This is an experiment that was made on rats. So it was for addiction. It was an experiment made to research about addictions. But guess what? Like I said, maladaptive daydreaming, it's not very different from addiction. You are dependent on something because your brain and your brain and your body is trying to soothe you from a reality that maybe in the past you feel failed you, or that in the present is not fulfilling. Either or, that's an addiction. So it works for either way. So this experiment was made on rats. They were in a cage, and they had regular water and water with, I believe, nicotine. It had some sort of like addictive liquid in the water combined. So regular water and addictive, we're gonna call it the water with nicotine. I don't really remember what it was, but it was something like that. So they made the experiment, and yeah, 100%, I believe, almost 100% of the rats died because they just drugged themselves to death. So even smarter researchers were like, well, yeah, of course, if you put them in these diminutive cages with nothing else to do but to drug themselves to death, they're gonna drug themselves to death. So, and this happened they had the experiment, and after several years, that's when they were like, oh wait, that was kind of silly. But yeah, it was a gap of years until once again some other researchers were like, damn, that's if you only give them that option, that's what they're gonna do. Obviously they had water in the nicotine water, but if that's all they have in a diminutive cage, yes, they're gonna drag themselves to death. So now they decided, okay, let's make a new experiment. We're gonna put these rats not in a cage, but in an environment where there's everything. You got those little like hamster where they can run. They had toys, they had life, okay, they had a nice place. Let's just say it like that. They had everything. They had toys, they had female rats and male rats to make friends and have their boo rats and everything. And they had a limited amount of food and water. They had like everything. They even had stuff to like walk around, like like cats do. They had a bunch of stuff, okay? So in this experiment, they also had the water with nicotine and the pure water, regular water. How many rats do you think that drank from the nicotine water? The answer is 0. 0. Imagine that. None of the rats chose to drug themselves to death. Even so, if you get such a good feeling from the nicotine water, because that's what the other rats felt, how come they didn't feel it? How come they didn't taste it and thought, oh, this feels good, I might get addicted to this? Because they didn't need to. Because they lived in paradise. Basically, that's what they call it. Almost like a rat paradise. They could have fun, they could do so many things, but they also had the option to drag themselves to death. None of them did it because they didn't need to. They had their little other female rats and male rats to make a bunch of friends, a bunch of toys, a bunch of everything. They had a fulfilling life. None of the rats killed themselves to death with that water. So my point here, I hope it's clear. You see, it's the same thing. If you're choosing the nicotine water, see it as that addiction that you might be struggling with, or that nicotine water, see it as your maladaptive daydreaming, because that's what it is. That's what it is. Now you gotta ask yourself, are you in that diminutive cage? Or is your life the big little paradise that they made for these rats? That's the only question. And I know there's a lot of things that are out of our control, but there's things that aren't. There's things that are in our control. And when we have gone through trauma, through negative experiences, or didn't have the best support connections, we might feel a little sad because of the lack of that. But your life can still be great, man. Your life can still be beautiful. There's a lot of things still to live for. There's a lot of people to love. There's yourself to start with. There's a way to be happy. That's the best thing I can say. It's not about what's out there. You know what's out there. I don't need to tell you. You're probably looking at me like, I know that. You don't need to tell me that. You're right, I don't. Because you know that doesn't make a difference. A lot of people are trying to be happy with just whatever. I know, because I was there. I was like, well, okay, let's be happy, let's do something. But it's us who can do it. Like, there's a way to be happy. There is. Sorry, I feel a little emotional even talking about this, because I wish I could help all of you guys, because I've been there, and so many people have been there, are there. You're not alone. Everybody there, they might look to you like they have it figured out. They don't. A lot of people out there are going through the same thing, and then there's people that don't, and we sometimes feel envious of that. We shouldn't. That's our hope, that it's possible, because there's people out there that are happy. That's a great thing to know. I know we always hear, hey, you're not alone. There's a lot of people out there who are going through something. That gives us relief. And when we know there's people out there who are happy, we feel envious or we feel bad. No, man. That means it's possible for us. That should give us hope. It's possible. And yes, there is people that are happy. And it is possible for you too. You just gotta find your way. Gotta make it true. And if this is your first rock that's stopping you, this addiction or this maladaptive daydreaming, this now you know how to overcome or go through that rock or past that rock, whatever you want to call it. The best way personally is finding a purpose in your life, because if your life has no purpose, it doesn't matter how many times you go to the theaters, man, to the beach, somewhere. If you don't feel a purpose, if you don't feel something inside of you, it might not fulfill you. And that's not for everybody. Some people are really happy just by existing, and I love those people and I admire those people so much. But if you're like me, you might want a purpose, because creating is the nature of human beings. Painting, writing, singing, doing something. It doesn't have to be that. Maybe even just creating jokes, creating videos in the internet, creating little pictures that make other people laugh. That's creation. That's creation too. And that's purpose. It gives you purpose. And I love those things too. I love when people do those things. And yeah, some people are just happy by existing, but you might not be one of those people, man. And it might get you so anxious to think like, oh my god, I gotta do something with my life. But no, man, you don't have to do something with your life. You get to do something with your life. You get that opportunity. You don't have to. You definitely don't have to. There's a lot of people out there who aren't. But you get to. So are you gonna decide to do so? Change that perspective. Because changing that perspective changes everything. You don't have to have a purpose, but you get to. You don't have to do something great of your life, but you get the opportunity to do so. Just think about it this way. You're already wasting all your time and energy being depressed and thinking that your dreams are unreachable and that you're never gonna make it and that people are gonna laugh at you, etc., etc. You're already spending so much energy and time on that. Might as well spend it on going after what you really want. That's the way I see it. Because we spend so much time trying to please everybody. Our entire lives sometimes. I've seen people spend their entire lives trying to please others just so they like them. And they reach a certain age, and no matter how hard they try and how many years, it's not enough for those people. It's not enough for them. For those people who you were trying to please your entire life, it's not enough for them. It sucks. And it will hurt. But ask me if that's gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. Even if I fail at something I wanted. I'm not spend an entire life trying to please others just to realize that they don't even care. But anyways, I'm getting too personal here. Not personal, more like dramatic. But I'm just trying to put emphasis. But I really do. I really do love you guys. I care about you. I see your comments and I'm like, I want to help these people. So if you have something more specific, just let me know. I try to answer all comments. But I'll tell you a secret. Me personally, the only way I overcame all these things is that I found a purpose. I found what I really wanted to do in life. Because I feel most of us, we know our entire life what we want to do with our lives. We do. But we think that's not what we should be doing. Because other people told us that our dreams were silly. Our dreams we're not gonna give us money. We're not gonna be useful at all. And then I realized that no amount of money fulfills your heart after giving up your dreams for that same money. And that's when I realized I need to go after my dreams, because that's the only thing that's ever gonna make it. But so my secret is that right now I'm doing stuff that is like things that I like, things that I love doing. Since I was a kid, I knew that's what I wanted to do, but so many people just made me feel stupid and told me I was never gonna make it, told me I wasn't good enough. And then I realized, like, I don't care, like, and because by doing this, like going after my dreams, doing what I love, I feel so happy, man. I don't care about how much money I make. I don't care about anything else. And I just feel so happy to be alive, to wake up, because it's like, oh my God, I get to do something I like. And honestly, that did it for me. I don't feel like I have addictions anymore. I don't feel like I struggle with maladaptive daydreaming. I learned how to love myself. I focus on what I love doing, because that's what we're alive for. But we're not doing it because society, people, or family teach us that we shouldn't be happy, that we should be useful. They can be useful. You can be both too, but you know, the point is that I want you guys to be and feel as happy as I do, because this happiness that I feel in my heart, I wouldn't trade it for any money. But I'm really gonna help you guys here. I'm gonna do the second question, or like my final thoughts, just a little resume of everything. Is that, see your addiction and your maladaptive daydreaming, they're just trying to make you happy, because you're not. Because this is your nicotine water. Your addiction is your nicotine water. Why? Because you're in the small cage. You gotta make your life the big cage, dude. The big, nice cage with all the toys and all this lady rats, so pretty, and all of this friend rats and all of this. You don't gotta force relationship or anything. But I'll let you know that by doing what you love, loving yourself, learning how to be at peace with yourself, learning how to be happy and grateful just with what you have and just as you are, because that gives you more. That attracts friends a lot. You'll find the right people by going after the right things, which is the things that you love. That's what I say. But if you don't really know your purpose in life, you don't know what you want to do, your dreams, I'm not telling you drop everything and go after your dreams. That's not what I'm telling you. Like, you don't have to do that. But certainly I'm letting you know that your brain's trying to suit you. Your brain's trying to make you happy. So make it happy here. Make your body happy instead. Give your body and your mind reasons to not go after that maladaptive daydreaming or go after that addiction. And I know it's easier said than done, like everything. But if you give it a try, it becomes easier and easier with time. I know it worked for me. I know that now I wake up with excitement instead of, oh shit, now what if I fall into my in something, addicted to something, or like I just stay in my head all day out of anxiety because I just feel so much anxiety and I just stay in my head. At least give it a try. Honestly, it worked for me. You don't need to like drop everything and go after your purpose, especially if you don't feel like you have a purpose, which is great. But give your brain and your body, your mind, reasons to not choose the nicotine water and choose the regular water instead, or whatever you want to drink. That I don't mind. But like always, I really do hope that this video helped you. I know I talk a lot, but that's because I get very passionate about this. I'm very passionate about this. I love doing this. I love it. I mean, I love and I don't love reading your comments, because I don't love them because I'm sad that you guys are going through something. But I love when I see that it helped you and you feel like you're doing better. You feel excited, motivated to feel better, to do better for yourself. I know it must be hard. It must be hard, and I'm not ever gonna try to make it sound easy, because I know how much it can suck being in a position where you feel stuck, especially with addictions, and feeling like other people have an advantage over you because they're not struggling with that addiction, that maladaptive daydreaming, and going after happiness might be easier. But you can do it, man. You can do it. And every time I try to validate your feelings, every single time, but after validating your feelings, that's when I can also tell you, but you got the power. Don't forget that. Don't fall into, oh, poor me. Like, yes, I'm sorry what you're going through, and I will always validate it, but you got the power to overcome it. I don't ever want to make you feel like that. It's so beautiful to validate people's feelings. I always like doing it, but also to remind them, but you can overcome it. You got the power. Oh my god, I ran out of breath. Anyways, I'm encouraging you guys. Sports, if you don't know your purpose in life, you don't have to. Like, I know I made it very like dramatic, but you don't have to. Not dramatic, but like very intense. Doing sports, picking a hobby, it's gonna make you so much happier. You're gonna find joy in something. You're gonna make connections. Sports, hobbies where you put your brain, your body. That's what's gonna help you the most, because your body comes back into reality. Or if you are not a sports person, you can also do something that takes your attention so much and requires your focus so much that your brain can disconnect from all of this what do they call? Oh yeah, the addiction or the maladaptive daydreaming, something like that. So like always, guys, I love you very much. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are recovering and doing good and advancing as much as you want in life. Let me know how it goes. Let me know what you think. Let me know what other videos you guys want. I promise this time I'm gonna start posting more maladaptive daydream videos, because yeah, I saw the video and people keep asking me, can you do some more, I will now. Okay, so hope you guys are doing good. Hope this video helped you if you needed to hear this video, and whatever else you need. If you have any questions, you got any special like situation, something, I'll help you as much as I can, because of course I'm only a person. But let me know. I'm here to help. So bye. I'll see you guys.